For Oni-san so loved the world, that he gave to them his only begotten taste. And whosoever shall believe and heed the gospel shall not receive a video made by his son, Sooty Tooty. Opinions only exist when a fact is made public and there is evidence to argue its validity. It's been a common thing in the anime community, or really even the internet in general, to criticize others for their opinions on various mediums. Spreading from games to movies to anime, this criticism knows no bounds and is the source of much hostility between those actively experiencing the medium and others with much less critical views on shows, in our case. We call the first group otakus, critics, and in their worst form, elitists. We call the latter casuals. For some reason, I have always been depicted as having fallen into the elitist category. Despite my love for shows and movies most people dismiss for trivial reasons, however, this mischaracterization of my true self has never bothered me. In fact, I embrace the characterization, mainly the constant attribution of the word salt to my opinions, and I became the salt. I heeded the words of my mentor, as Mr. Reckless Penguin once said, "If a man does not have the sauce, then he is lost. But the same man can be lost in the sauce." I allowed myself to be lost in the sauce, and I was enlightened to a truth so outstanding, a truth so obvious yet so unknown, a truth so simple that I couldn't believe the words that echoed throughout my mind. See, I was reading the hottest sauce, called the Bible, as I usually do during my time on this Christian server I run, when I ran into the following words. This nigga Skrullz wants you to watch this super smelly short called Anikuri 15. But trust me, my nigga, he set you up for greatness. It was then that I watched the second to last short titled Attack on Tokyo. It's actually Attack on blah, blah, but I'm not pronouncing that big ass word. Because it was also in the Bible to skip to the thing I told Skrullz I'd make a piece on. You know, cause Oni-chan knows the future. After watching it, I stood confused, but wanting to understand the meaning behind the advice of God himself, I referred back to the Bible to see everything had been erased, and only 4 words remained. Fuck the cheapit community. Immediately, my mind took me on a wonderful journey none has seen before. From before the atmosphere was formed, to the creation of life on Earth, to the time Boku no Hero's mediocre formula was crafted in the Stone Age with cavemen, to the time when Fate Zero was a good show. I'm just kidding on that one. To the time when Kiryu Keiji said, "Nuh-uh, nigga, I ain't going back, it's over." I saw it all. And through this monolithic, revolutionary journey, I came to an epiphany. I get it. This is perfection. Attack on Tokyo isn't about showcasing some basic ass animation and art by God Studio 4C. We already know what they can do. Attack on Tokyo is a commentary on the casual anime watcher and Floctional nihilipilification. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah. Let us begin. After presenting arguably the most gorgeous shot of space to bless the medium, Attack on Tokyo hits us with a bombshell that not even 21 Savage's bank account could foresee, due to a level of mastery shown to the audience via the talent of animator Shinji Kimura.
Good job!
Studio 4C ran out of money. It seems that the studio that brought us the Berserk Golden Age arc couldn't even sustain itself forever. Now that they're out of money, you should send some help to my boy Tatsuya Yoshihara on that black clothing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, after Attack on Tokyo hits us with this One Punch Man funding notification, everything hits the fan. Instead of a beautifully drawn shot of space that made those galactic hero tards cream themselves, we're treated with a smelly picture of Earth with a piece of paper on top that reads Attack of Azuma Area 2. The change of the short's name is representative of the casual anime watcher watching a show, entitling it a misnomer simply because its animation quality dipped. Just like how Dragon Ball Super became Dragon Ball Sur, because the budget got the fuck up out of there. 3 aliens then delve into the picture of Earth despite its far inferior animation quality, showcasing that just like in the case of Dragon Ball, people will eat up a bad show regardless of how blatant its quality is. After a bright flash, we enter the world of Ping Pong the animation. But oddly enough, this time, there's a depth of field effect. It appears Yuasa learned how to make a decent looking show after working on Devilman Crybaby and desired to clean up his vomit left on the floor in 2013. You may be thinking, well, Sudi, I don't know, this all seems pretty normal to me. Shut up, bucko. You're wrong. Don't you dare disagree with me, you smelly swine. I'm about to expose you and the casuals for what they really are. After being tricked into thinking we were watching a well-animated production, we're presented with a backshot of the city that showcases its composition. Old Nintendo Labo sets have infiltrated the set, and the aliens, being the exception to this rule, continue to press on. Despite the rest of the short-changing animation styles, the aliens don't, because they are incapable of doing so. Why? Because they're detached from reality. They don't know they're supposed to leave this McDonald's garbage bin. All they know is that they're experiencing an anime made by their favorite studio and they're eating it up despite it being as bland as cardboard. This is a direct parallel to the casual's thoughts on Violet Evergarden, as despite the show being literal cardboard, the KyoAni idiots keep eating it up and praising it week after week because it has cool processing effects. This could also be interpreted as commentary on the Lolicon's waifu selection, as despite his waifu, aka the world, being revealed to be literal cardboard, despite his waifu not being of legal age, the Chiba community pedophile continues to worship and touch themselves to pictures of little girls. Yikes! After refusing to snap back into reality, after deciding to delve deeper into their delusions, the aliens, aka the Chiba community, have reached their destination. The short has reached its first climax, the enemy's domain, the NACL suite. Oh no. Having reached the prestigious suite, the classroom of the elite, the Chibits do, this fucking thing. And proceed to approach the fort. The beta idiots fall on top of each other, using each other as support. Also notice the reappearance of the cardboard background seen earlier. The Chibits, about to approach something they fear, something they don't understand, but chase after anyways, stand on top of each other, genitalia to forehead style. Never before has an animator so masterfully displayed dick riding. The cardboard reappearing showcases the Chibits' recognition of their arguments as fake and abhorrently invalid despite how much they topple upon each other, and imitate a Chibi Reviews video by repeating themselves over and over again. But the manga looks good. Fate Stay Night may have all 30,000 of those issues listed before, but it is a visual novel. It has the exact same problems. You can't criticize it because it has a visual novel that's worse than the show! Yikes. Unstable as their arguments, the Tower of Lolicon's ding-dong the home of their superior bordering country. It's here when the director shows his outright savage demeanor when he pans down to the second yellow alien with orange hair. This alien starts preparing the message to be delivered to the suite, the proclamation of opinions they believe to be superior, when all of a sudden, this yellow alien flips the fucking script. Instead of using the English name of shows and characters, they turn the translator straight to fucking Jap speak, thinking it'll confuse the members of the suite. This alien, who was originally white, got himself a tan and dyed his hair red as an excuse to call himself Kagami Taiga and say, Muddy! To his fucking pillow! What a bunch of psychopaths! But the time has finally come. They've been jerking it for 25 minutes and they're finally ready to reach the second climax. The Chibits have been answered. As a representative of the NACL suite answers the door, the aliens inform the suite representative, the Panda Supreme, of the invasion that is supposed to take place that day. The Chibits believed they were about to drop the hardest Fate Defense Force nuclear taste bomb the world has ever seen. They were ready to convince the world that it's okay to have your way with little girls as long as they're drawings. They believed they had the indisputable evidence that traps, whether you knew of their genitalia's existence or not, aren't gay. The only thing dumber, however, than revealing your plan to the suite is assuming we didn't already know about it. Having developed the perfect counter-argument, the Panda Supreme responds with an argument so earth-shattering, Panda was renamed the Whipmaster. And here it is.
侵略させていただくご挨拶に伺った。結構です。間に合ってますから。
Or, in other words, nope. Incapable of believing such a simple word was able to destroy their entire argument, all of their prep work, all of their pent-up self-confidence, alongside the short, all rewind and implode on themselves. The Chibits have called upon Studio White Fox for a time reset, and their wish was granted. But at what cost? No matter how many times this loop is repeated, Panda shall continue to demolish all arguments as the gatekeeper to the suite with his infallible response. The Chibits, like their master, won't learn anything from their past experiences. Time resets won't fix the outcome of this problem. In this case, they'll only provide the Chibits with feelings of confidence that can only be induced by manipulating time itself. What we have is not only a fantastic commentary on the state of the casual watcher's mindset, how despite the blatant inauthenticity of their opinions in shows, they'll always feel the need to incessantly defend them, but also a true tragedy at hand. No matter how many times you attempt to regain your confidence, no matter how many children you have wailing, no matter how infallible you believe your arguments to be, if it disagrees with my opinion, it's wrong. It's just that simple. Opinions only exist when a private fact is made public and there is no evidence to argue its validity. However, as long as I walk this earth, there shall be no false gospel that treads my path.